So if I go for a walk, I might get a chance to think for a bit, huh? And this is how I pray. Sometimes I go for a walk. Sometimes I just lie in bed and go wherever God and I connect. And sometimes I just think. But it's all for the common good of we the people. And I must admit, ladies and gentlemen, we the people, as I see it, each of us as individuals have a right or a requirement, really, to have our own connection with God. And that is to be determined by you and by God. However, whatever decision that you or I make, it is reflected in our going and comings of daily life. And what it does, what it reflects, what it generates to the people really reflects whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. And so I've been thinking about all of the bad things that have gone on in my life. In fact, when I think about all the ugliness that's presented in the world since I've been here, it's all been ugly. And I've heard people talk about their understanding of God, whether it was at a Methodist or Baptist or any of the churches or any of the organizations that's related to religion. And it still is here the way it is. I mean, we've seen people, oh man, let's think about the 60s. Let's think about the 40s. Let's think about the 1700s. Let's think about oh, wait a minute. Let's just go back to the beginning of time. And up to this time, we see the same things that's been going on all the time. And many times I've asked God to explain to me what it is that's causing this. And the message that has come to me is that it is hell. And many times I've said that, but never understood it as I did the other day, that it really perhaps is hell. And yet it is smart. It has played the people of the world in such a way that they don't believe it. They have an idea of heaven that doesn't even make any sense. And they got an idea of hell. Wow. That makes it so frightening, but not frightening enough for you to choose heaven. Because while you're here, heaven is not accepted. While you're down here, it's only the rule of evil. That's the only thing that's acceptable down here. And they have it designed in such a way that it's leveled out. I mean, people benefit, people less benefit, all the way from the top to the very bottom. And this is from whoever runs the world. And I'm sure you understand that no one is out here with the world ungovernable. No way. Jose never got that all tied up. But I'm saying, when we get people, for instance, we have heard most of my life about the King James Version. We've heard nothing but about white people in the Bible. We've asked ourselves many times, if the Bible is about other parts of the world, why is it that we only see white people? And the white people that come back and respond, it doesn't matter. Just know it's God. But the picture means a lot. Otherwise, they wouldn't put it there. Or if they were honest, they would put the truth. And we know how they feel with truth. In America today, especially with the administrative system here, or with Donald Trump, let me be more specific. If you against him and there's something directly that you can do and you tell the truth, and it hurts Donald Trump. I mean, you get honest just like, the devil couldn't do any worse. Satan couldn't do any worse. But my point is this. I hear people talking about restitution. I hear people talking about making changes. And yet they're sticking to basic, if not the system that they are familiar with, creating a different system. Have not learned that many systems have existed. And all of the systems have existed. So when I'm looking and I'm watching the television, I'm watching the social media, and I'm watching people talk, and I'm watching people act about the society that we live in, when they respond to the God that they say they reference in their lives, and when I watch what the impact of their actions on the lives, it just seems to solidify the fact that this is hell. So what I do, and I'm just sharing it with you, is that I have to deal with me. It's too much trying to deal with 300 million people. It's too much trying to deal with 8+ billion people. So I reduce it to the common denominator, which is me. I'm a human being. And I believe, I might be wrong, that everything that walks on two legs and stands around looking like this is probably a human being as well. And being a human being, you require the same things to build your body as I do. And we do. That's why we're here in human beings. And yet to maintain it, sustain it, we require certain things. And that has been provided for, that we don't have to suffer lack of any of that. However, we do have to do something. We have to engage ourselves in the process to take what has been given to us and use it for what it is designed for. And so we do that. It appears to me that if that works for me, then every human being understands that if you want to eat, you got to do something. And when you want to boil it all the way down, you don't just stop eating. You think about all of those things that you have determined are essentially necessary: food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, infrastructure, and anything that's made by the hands of man, in fact. You think about your concern about living forever if you do, with your needs, your wants, and your desires being met. You think about doing that and living in peace and being prosperous and free and joyous and happy and living your dreams. Golly. Some people can't think of that. They've been so programmed to think of that as like killing you. And so they'll think about anything else. However, this is what God had put in me. And I look and I appreciate all the other things that you were saying, America and people of the world. I listen at your frustrations. We all got our frustrations, and they are directly related to that which we've been exposed to. We got it nonetheless. But if it, my friends, can create the kind of hate, the kind of animosity, the kind of evilness, should I say, that have existed, that we exist in today, that seems to be a sign that it's no good. So for me, the only sign that's good is that which works for all of us, because I can't see God being a God that will work for me and not you. What kind of God is that? I tell you what, let me see a God that'll work for you and won't work for me. He's not God as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not turning my back. The God that I speak of doesn't turn his back. Look, I have seen white people do so many things to black people that I can't imagine. It just makes my guts boil. But there's no way, if I had power, if I was advocating to black people or anybody of power, that I would suggest that they would do to white people what white people have done to others. There's no way it could happen. Not coming out of here. Now, I know that many of you might feel different, that you would say, I'm going to get them. Well, sure you would. That's the same kind of stuff that's brought us to this point. I'm going to get them. Rather than recognizing that you, my friends, can only mess it up. You got to give it up and let the real power handle it. And until you can do that, you ain't no different than you've always been. So what am I saying? I'm saying, I'm not trying, sometimes I talk like I might be trying to ask you to run. I want to run for something. I want to be in charge of something, but I'm not. Hey, girl, men, America, people of the world, I'm too old for that. I don't mind talking. I don't mind sharing with you whatever I might have learned. And I have learned that there's a God. There's no doubt about that. I have learned that God allows miracles to exist for some people. I know for a fact about that. And that's enough for me to know that we human beings can only do what we can do. And beyond that, we do what God allows us to do for the purpose of glorifying God. So when I talk to you, I'm not threatened by you. I mean, I'm really not threatened by what I say. When I say everybody having access to everything, I mean, the rich people who got access to it right now might think I'm out of my mind, but it doesn't make any difference by them thinking I'm out of my mind. They can't prove me wrong. And, sometimes, let me just interject this. Wish I could articulate the message that I have like Jasmine Crockett. That girl is something else. Or should I say that young lady is something else? Jasmine Crockett is something else. Now, is she real? I don't know. But she sure comes off as being real. And she speaks, clearly. I'm not speaking that clear. Have I ever spoken that clear? I don't know. All I do know is this: pain and suffering has got to go. And I say that because the God that generated this thought through me does not allow it to exist. And the only thing I can do is stand up, speak for it. And when I get the opportunity, see, right now it seems like my hands are tied, it seems like my feet are tied, and the only thing I can do is run my mouth. But if I get a chance to untie my hands, I get a chance. When God unties my hands, when God unties my feet, We'll see. Because I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, to me, it's real. I'm at that point right now till it's not about trying to make money. Because to me, making money is nothing but a tool of Satan. And for us trying to make the money, that means we submit it to the system that takes us from away from God. So I'm not trying to do that. And I'm not chasing women because I'm too old. And I'm not looking for the cars for the impress anybody. All I want to do is take advantage of the stupid stuff by exposing it and revealing something that's so absolutely magnificent. That's all I want to do. And if you don't want that to happen, you know what to do. Because as long as I can do it, I'm going to do it. Oh, it'll be some rough times, I tell you. I've been there, done that, but I'll do it. I want to leave this now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for listening. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.